Good morning. So this reading is for Thursday, March 27th. And what I'm doing here is starting with a little bit about our past. One more. One more on current energy. I am picking up like a healthy dose of skepticism. Yeah, that's exactly how I would describe it. You can see things are starting to shift, but you don't necessarily trust it. And so you're looking for more confirmation and validation that things are going to actually improve, that this is not just a false flag and you're going to have to repeat a cycle. At the bottom of the deck here, I am getting the King of Pentacles energy. Regardless of the skepticism, this is a lot of focusing on long-term stability. And this is really why you are a little bit skeptical. It's about understanding, okay, well, how is this all going to play out? What is my life really going to look like here? And what kind of stability is connected to it? Because it has been a very turbulent time. And male or female, you can just ignore the genders here. It really just is about you creating the stability for yourself. When I look at the past here, I'm getting the 10 of Cups. I got Judgment with the Justice card showing up together, as well as the 7 of Cups. And so in the past, the 7 of Cups does indicate that you had a hard time focusing on maybe what really mattered, or trying to kind of, I'm getting a sense of like putting out fires. And so there might have been a lot just coming at you all at once, and you were trying to identify, okay, well, what do I need to do first? What is all of this? It's a very confusing, overwhelming kind of energy. 10 of Cups, Justice, and the Judgment could indicate some sort of legal matter connected to family. That's not going to be applicable to everybody. This is really about you making decisions to focus on your family, your long-term emotional fulfillment, whatever stability that you're trying to accomplish, while also at the same time maybe being overwhelmed with everything coming at you. It's almost like everything was coming at you. You really want to focus on your long-term, just emotional fulfillment, opportunities, all of these things. But it was, I'm trying to find the right words to describe it, because you were having a hard time staying balanced. You would find your balance and then not. And it was a lot of putting a lot of focus and energy on finding that balance, but then something else would come up and you weren't able to do it. It was a lot of every time you stood up, you were knocked over. That's what it feels like. In the current energy here, I've got the Magician, Ace of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. So the Magician energy, this is really about you manifesting your goals and your dreams. Ace of Wands, this is a new beginning, but this is a new beginning where you take the first step. You feel inspired to do something here. 8 of Cups, you're leaving something behind. You are actually leaving behind the 7 of Cups. And so there's something here about walking away from the past, not letting that really prevent you from moving forward. Whatever happened, happened. It's not something that you want to go back and revisit. It really is about you moving forward. In the future energy here, I'm getting the 4 of Pentacles, the Fool, and the High Priestess. So the 4 of Pentacles does feel like it's that skepticism again, but it's really the foundation of who you are. Your own stability here is really coming out. When it comes to this new beginning, because we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Fool, even the Magician's a new beginning. This, to me, indicates that you're not going to lose what you've gained. You're going to hold on to everything that you have. It's about building on top of that. It's not about taking something away from you, replacing it with something else. It really is about growing and expanding, because that new beginning connected to the Fool card it's cleared karma. This really is a brand new start. With the High Priestess, you're coming at this from a much more enlightened, awakened, energetic standpoint, where you're able to see and understand things differently. You're trusting your instincts more. Let's get some additional details. Tell me about the 10 of Cups. Okay. So looking at that 10 of Cups here, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a brand new beginning. And so it feels like you did start taking steps here in the past to initiate a new beginning, something long-term, something that was stable and would grow over time, but also provide that emotional fulfillment that you were looking for, that kind of long-term happiness here. Clarifying the Justice with the Judgment, so that very clear decision to prioritize your stability or even just try to find a way to maintain it. This is something that you were consciously doing. Page of Cups, and what you were doing and what you were learning here was prioritizing your emotional needs. It was the only way that you were going to find that balance. You couldn't make everybody happy all at the same time. The only thing that you could do was make yourself happy, and that was it. And that's what it was coming down to. The Seven of Cups is being clarified with the Seven of Swords. And so the Seven of Cups was a lot of distraction. The Seven of Swords indicates that there were things that you weren't seeing. There was details that were missed here, because it is lies, manipulation, but it's also the omission of facts. And so this here was, I'm trying to get the intent of why this was presented, because it feels like it was there to get you to focus on your emotions. It feels like maybe prior to that you weren't. That's what it feels like. It feels like you may have had these very like kind of broad stroke ideas on what your emotional fulfillment looked like or what happiness would really look like for you, but you were missing the details of it. What did that life truly look like? What did the opportunity look like? What were the details? And so this does feel like it was a distraction, but it was a distraction that was meant to really get you to focus here in the past. Focus on yourself and what really mattered. Let's see if we can get one card on the Magician. So clarifying the Magician, I have the Knight of Pentacles. And so learning a lot about what you want, and then really what does that life look like? How do you make that a reality? How do you ground that in the 3D? Clarifying the Ace of Wands here, we have the Seven of Cups. And so the actions that you're taking, you may not be completely clear on what it is that you're trying to accomplish, but you feel motivated and inspired to keep moving forward. It feels like you're starting to trust yourself. And so as these details come up, as you start to understand everything that's kind of showing up on your path, is that right for you? This isn't coming across as a distraction the way it did in the past. It feels more like opportunities are opening up for you. And it's because of all the learning, but it's also something where as these opportunities present themselves, not everything is going to be in your best interest. And so it's about identifying all of that, understanding what really matters here. And that's where this Hierophant comes into play. And so the Hierophant is clarifying the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is helping you to discern what really matters. All of these opportunities, which ones are really meant for you and which ones aren't. The Hierophant, a very spiritual energy. And so we've got the Hierophant, we've got the High Priestess, these are, and the Magician. These are all very spiritual energies. And so the more that you lean into what really is in your best interest and you kind of feel it intrinsically, this is what's helping you to walk away from that Seven of Cups energy, that kind of those ones that just don't matter. They're not really in your best interest. One card on the Four of Pentacles. A lot of sevens showing up. It's a very spiritual number. So there's, I'm getting a lot of luck out of that number right now. So whatever's taking place here, things are looking up. Even if you're kind of in the nitty gritty and you don't really see just holistically that things are improving and that luck is really on your side, I'm getting a lot of luck right now out of this reading. So things, you're getting a lucky break, things are turning around, you're going to start getting what you're looking for. So when I clarify the Four of Pentacles here in the future, I'm getting at the King of Swords. So male or female, it's just the energy of the card. The King of Swords is very sure of himself, knows exactly what is happening, understands the impact, but here you're setting a firm boundary. You will not sacrifice any piece of yourself. You will not compromise these kind of fundamental foundation elements of who you are. not in pursuit of your dreams. You're recognizing that your dreams don't require you sacrificing pieces of yourself. They're meant to grow and expand you. And it feels like there is a stark contrast to the past, where in the past, it felt like if you were to actually achieve the results that you were looking for, you had to make some pretty significant compromises. And it feels like the chapter that's closing out is saying, no, you didn't though. That just means it wasn't meant for you. And we have to show you your own value and worth. And it feels like this is again coming into fruition, where you're able to understand, okay, well, yes, actually, in order for me to grow and expand, I can't compromise pieces of myself. So clarifying that Fool card, that brand new beginning, we have the Magician. That's how this is all playing out. You are in the process of making your dreams a reality. This whole new chapter is not about self-sacrifice. There's none of that that's taking place here. It's a lot of growth and expansion. Clarifying the High Priestess, I'm getting the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is you fighting for what you want. High Priestess, you know exactly what you want here. It's very clear, and you are going to fight for this. You're not going to sacrifice anything in pursuit of your goals and your dreams. So this is the reading for Thursday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.